Yo, my brother-in-law gave me a Honda lawnmower I got to deal with here. It's got some broken bolts. Apparently you got this thing for free. It's really nice. But I gotta extract them for him. Anytime these bolts are loose, the muffler will just sit there and rattle around until the bolts snap off. That's pretty much what happens. I got two options. I can either Heli-coil it, or I can try to extract it. They're not loose. They don't seem to want to turn, so they're probably stuck in there really good. I have an easy out set too. I hardly ever use because easy outs don't really work as good as a lot of people would like to think. But maybe I'll try it. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to have reverse drill bits for these too. They actually drill backwards, and then when it bites on the bolt, it'll run them out sometimes, but I don't have one this small. I got a center punch here. I'm gonna try to get a nice punch mark real centered in this bolt. If there were larger bolts, a lot of times if you drill a hole a little off center, it's kind of nice because if it's off center one way, you can get in there after you drill it out. You get it really close to the threads and you can move the rest of the material over one way and get it out. But these are so small. I gotta try to get them as close to center as I can. These are 6mm by 1 threads, so they're really small. I need to be really careful with these because I'm gonna start with a pilot, and these drill bits are really small. So I'm actually gonna turn this way down too, so if it bites, hopefully it won't break my drill bit. Because if you break a drill bit on these, you're pretty much done. Right now I'm kind of going at an angle a little bit just to kind of move the punch hole around, because when you get a broken bolt, the bolt's not flat. There's like high and low spots in it, so if you just try to follow that punch, a lot of times the drill bit will move until you get it started really good. I think I got it pretty good, and I think this drill bit's dull. Really hard to sharpen. I'm going to try to sharpen this though. These things are just so small, they're really hard to sharpen. I'm going to try to hit it though with a grinder. I've had way too much practice doing stuff like this. I'm pretty sure that'll work. Suppose I could try a little deep creep, put some lubricant on it. It's drilling real nice though. I got to be careful when I get to the end, because when these things bite, sometimes they just snap a drill bit at the end of the hole. I'm scared. My smallest easy out is way too big for this hole. I'm not real comfortable using that small drill bit anymore. I didn't get all the way to the end of the bolt, and I don't want it to bite and snap off on me, so I'm gonna upsize this a little bit. Maybe I'll get lucky. A lot of times these don't work too because it's tapered, so when you go pound the thing in, it pushes the metal up against the threads. So when you're working with these, the more you tighten it, the tighter it goes in. It's a good idea to pound these in a little bit, but I don't want to go hammering on it really hard because it'll spread it open and then it'll probably get stuck. So I'm just going to try real lightly, and that didn't do anything. I pound it in a little harder. Yeah, that's not biting either. Yeah, it's a bunch of... That's not going to come out of there. I might as well just drill the thing out. How long is this thing? I got a feeling I'm drilling into the aluminum, but I don't see where, I'm looking in the hole, I don't see where the metal starts and the aluminum ends. I'm gonna see how much of this junk I can pick up with a magnet. All of it. So I haven't dug into aluminum yet, amazingly enough. That thing's really long. I heard that. I probably got to the end right now. Yeah. That's why you turn these all the way down, because that drill bit likes to bite now. I don't want to break it. Okay, I'm all the way through. There's no way I'm going to get this out of here with this. I'm really going to hammer it in there and see if I can unscrew this thing. Heck no. It is a little off center, which is fine. I'm going to go up another size. I'm all the way to the end. It's way off center. So I pretty much drilled into all the threads on the top, and on the bottom there's still a little bit of the bolt left. Now what I'm going to do is get my center punch, and since there's no metal left up here and there's metal in the bolt left down here, I'm going to get a center punch and just try to punch this out. I'm going to have to use a chisel and a hammer. I have this tool that I made that I've used a gazillion times, and it's a little big for this, but I'm going to try to use it anyways. I just take the flat and stick it like this, and sometimes it'll push it up out of the way, and it's not doing that. I'm not getting that to budge. Okay, that's just one thing I could try. These Heli-coils call for a 1/4 inch drill bit. I'm gonna go a couple sizes under that for starters. I got a feeling it's gonna start walking up this way too, because there's steel down here and aluminum up top. I'm gonna slow my drill bit down a little bit. See, it's cutting chunks of the threads right out. See that? Which is good. I got a little bit of threads on the bottom. There's almost nothing left on the top. It's just picking pieces out little by little. And I think I'm at the end. Now if I get my magnet again, almost all of that came out of there is steel. Doing everything in little progressive steps is always best with this. I got a 1/4 inch, I'm just going to run it straight in now. And this should all be aluminum. I got the last little chunk of bolt out of there. And I'm at the end. Those are really long threads. These Heli-coils are only this long. But these actually hold better than aluminum, having inserts in them. I got a Heli-coil tap. I'm gonna run that in here. I got some nice new threads in here. There's a couple different insert tools that you can get for these. Sometimes they just screw in like this and you can just run them in. And then there's this tool here too where you can thread it into here to start them. I probably don't need it, but I'll use it anyways. I actually made it a couple threads in, so I didn't want it flush for whatever reason, I don't know. There's a tab on these, and if you can see there's a little mark right here, and that tab's made to snap off. So I can just get in here with a little regular screwdriver or something or another and tap it with a hammer. And it snapped it off. Now I can just take some compressed air and it blows right out. That piece is gone. Now I got nice new threads. They feel really good. It feels really nice. I've had way too much practice doing Heli-coils. I probably made it look a lot easier than what most people do. I used to be an automotive machinist. People used to give me this stuff all the time to do, so I pulled out all the stops. I really know what I'm doing, and I am bragging. I'm gonna do the other one and get back to you. Now on this one I got the bolt almost totally drilled out, and as you can see, some of the bolt just kind of fell out of the hole, and I'm going to try to pick that piece out of there instead of drilling it. I should be able to get that out. I'm going to start with just trying to use compressed air, and I think it came out. Amazingly enough, this one's still got a little bit of thread left in it, so I centered it really nice. That never happens. That was like a 13/64 drill bit. I'm gonna finish it with a 1/4 inch. If you go really square, if you got a square hole, you can just try to drill it as square as you can, and usually if you just let the drill bit do the work, it'll center itself really nice. It's aluminum too, so it's not that hard, so I don't really need to force it. Nice and square. The longer the bolts, the more square you're gonna know you got them. That's right as rain, because I'm me. I got these bolts out of a Toyota transmission I worked on recently. And apparently there's no gasket on this. You probably don't need one for anything. I'm just guessing. I'm going to torque these to 9 foot-pounds, which is 108 inch-pounds. Honda. Okay, bye.